just to let you know, I'm an all-exclusive voter. Just to first of all let you know who I am. I'm Robert Brown. I'm a brother from around the way. I live in the BX. You know, I'm from Florida. I'm Southern as they come. I don't have the perfect stellar English. I don't speak English properly. I don't say eat, going. Now I say country stuff like I'm finna go to the store. Man, hand me that whatchamacallit. I'm like that, and that's just the way it is. I'm a country boy living in the big city. That's who I am. But man, I got to tell you, I am an open, free voter. I vote Democrat. I vote for Green. I'm voting for Green this year for president. I vote Republican. I like the freedom of not being attached to a party. I don't want to be attached to a party. I don't own no allegiance to that type of stuff. You know, the only thing I'm committed to is my church and my God and my queen. It's the only thing I'm committed to, and my family. So, and even sometimes I'm tempted not to be so committed, but I stay committed anyway. That's just how the game goes. Now, look, it's never ceased to amaze me how the Democratic Party continue to screw up, how they continue to throw mud in Bernie Sanders supporters' face, how they continue to ridicule and undermine us. Case in point, Tim Kaine. Obama's landmark signature, which shouldn't be, his signature shouldn't be just the affordable health care. In my book, the signature should be in what you've done for the community that you represent. I mean, the black race, the black people voted for Obama because we needed systemic change. We know everybody else needed their end, but we really needed change, and we were hoping he was going to do some drastic change to help strengthen the African American community. Drastic personal change. He did personal change for the LGBTQ community. He did personal change for the Hispanic community. He's done some changes for communities across the world, including Israel. He's done things for even the Caucasian culture. But he has yet to do anything for the people who overwhelmingly put him in office, who've overwhelmingly, according to Malcolm X, and he was right on this, who overwhelmingly put people in office more than anybody. The only time the people that we want to be in office don't get in office is when we don't go out and vote in big numbers. That's why it's important, and I agree with him that the black race, it would be an offense that you only vote because you got a black man running for president. No, you should always get out to vote. You should always find somebody who matches up with your belief, with your heart, not this butt Trump and this opposition stuff. Somebody who fires you up and pump you up to go to the polls. That's how you do it. That's how the game is played. So it never ceased to amaze me how the Democratic continue to mess up. First of all, why would Hillary Clinton pick a person who is more farther right than her, more conservative than her? Now, don't get me wrong. Another thing about Bob TV, I'm conservative, I'm progressive, and I'm a little green. I'm a little mixture too. Who told you that you had to be one way? You have to be all conservative, you got to be all Republican, you got to be all green. No, majority of us are a mixture too. I have some conservative beliefs, I have some progressive beliefs. I'm not 100% anything. I am a free thinker. I'm a free thinker. Now I have a base for my thinking, and it's written in my Christian faith, but I still open myself up to listen, learn, and don't act like I know everything, and willing to make changes. But look, let me get off that. So I'm basically saying I'm open. Of course, I'm not open to vote for Hillary Clinton. That would be the last thing. I'd rather go spend the night with ISIS and let them cut my head off before I vote for her. That's how much I don't want to vote for her. Now, why would you pick Tim Kaine? I'm from Virginia. I lived in Virginia almost 20 years. He was the worst thing for Virginia. All he cared about is the military complex. That's all he cared. And the fossil fuel industry. And his big donors of in the medical industry, because Virginia is huge on medical because of the veterans and things like that. Why would you pick somebody to the far right of you, Hillary Clinton, who said, I'm more of a center type of person, and leaked, and we'll talk about that. Here's Tim Kaine, who I call a traitor to his people too, because he's not looking out for constituents. He's looking out for his donors. There's more than one type of traitor. There's one that give over secrets and abandon the country, and there's one that abandoned the people. And Tim Kaine has abandoned the people. The Affordable Care Act, Obamacare as we call it, is suffering. It is on its last legs. We need to give it more juice. We need to pump it up. We need to strengthen it. So what do Obama allow to happen? He allowed a vote to go forth for the Affordable Care Act to have a public option, which means I won't get penalized if I don't participate. I want to have an option. I want to have the choice to do this. What he did was he voted no. So you're going to force people to do something they don't want to do. When if you put the public options in there, the people still can get the help that they need. And yet the people who don't want Obamacare still could be able to get, Why did he do this? It's because his allegiance is to his big donors in the pharmaceutical and the medical industry. That's all they care about. When are you going to get this in your head? That the Democrats have become Republicans. They're Republicans lightweights. They only care about their donors. They're not going to do anything for the community. They keep going to the constituents, asking for their vote, at the same time pulling their pants off, pulling their panties down, and asking you to kiss their butt. Because once we get to office, our job is to kiss up to our donors and build something after we get voted out. Maybe a lobbyist. Maybe sit on the board or two. That's all they care about. And then here's a party, Green Party, who made a vow to never take big money, never take money, to only focus on the people, and you mock at them. But I'm letting you know right now, they're going to risk getting out the vote to get it up to 5 to 10%, so a real opposition can get a chance to put the Democrats and the Republicans back in line where they're supposed to be. Tim Kaine has failed the American people. He chose his donors over the people. He chose his donor over his own constituents in Virginia, who have a heavy population of people with medical needs, especially coming out of the military. Why would you do that, sir? You're no different from corporate Kaine on the WWF. All you care about is what's best for your business and not the people's business. Shame on you. Shame on you. You're a traitor to your constituents and to the people who need medical help. You're a traitor. You're a traitor. And you shouldn't even have the privilege of being anybody's VP, and you shouldn't even be running for office. Because if you can't take care of your constituents, what are you there for? I'm Bob TV.